Welcome. Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Lorenzo Evans with the Takes a Village podcast. My co-host Ariana Turner. Hope everybody's doing okay today, and hope everybody's doing well and enjoying this beautiful weekend that we have. Is so much going on that we should always be thankful to have another day to just relax, enjoy ourselves, and just continue to encourage one another and uplift one another. Again, this is the Takes a Village podcast. Over to you, Ariana.
Yes, it is always a blessing to be with all of you and be able to share all of the blessing and resources in our village and help uplift and edify those striving to make our village stronger. As you all know, we are your host and co-host, and we desire to continue to bring you all of the resources out there in the community so we can each make our best better and to be stronger each day. I am Ariana. I'm blessed to have been a servant of the community for over 15 years, from public speaking to poetry to life coach. So we come with skills. Pastor Lorenzo Evans, also known to be a playwright, an actor in himself, a pastor, a teacher, a mentor, and a leader, a life coach. And so within our skills, as you all know, we desire to continue to bring the resources to your front doors so you can be equipped and empowered every day. And today we have some exciting guests, exciting information. As always, we are always excited to be with you. So thank you, Pastor Lorenzo. I am excited for today.
Definitely. I think it's going to be a good day. So I'm very excited and thankful because, when we created this podcast, we wanted to bring on people that had skills that we could share with everybody. Because a lot of times, we may miss somebody or we hear about it after the fact. So we want to be able to try to be up front and center and just give as much information as we can. So today we have our guest and we're getting ready to bring her on. 1 second here. There we go. And this is, I guess, we're so thankful and happy. This is Jeanette Greenwood.
Hi,
And
everybody.
how
Welcome,
you
Miss
doing?
Jeanette.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to have fun today. So I want to let you know that now we're going to have fun. We're going to pick your brain for all the incredible information that you have.
Okay.
We're just so thankful to have y'all. I was looking at your, because, I found you in Church Stars. And
Okay.
I said the information I seen, I was like, oh yeah, we've got to have her on the show. So we're definitely excited and just thankful to have you here and for you to take time out and share everything. Because you told me what was going on today, and I'm like, wow, that's dedication that you still would take time out. So we appreciate
Yes. And if y'all hear noise in the background, I share it with him. I am at my dad's 80th birthday.
Oh,
So he is
wow.
living on grace. And we are
it.
grateful. So I told Daddy, I said, Daddy, I got to step away for a minute. I got an interview. So he's all right. The family got it.
That is a blessing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
As Pastor said, you are a busy woman, not only busy just with your time, but you are producing amazing things for this generation and for the culture. So thank you. I am excited, Ms. Greenwood, to share with the village about all the goodness that you have blessed us with.
Oh,
So
wow.
thanks for taking the
Thank
time.
you. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
One of the things that I was looking at that really interests me was that a lot of people during the pandemic they stopped doing everything and they just sit back. But it looked like you got busier.
Leave it to me. Yes, I did. I actually did what a lot of people did because that was something that hit us all and it was scary. People were dying and we didn't know what was happening. And I kind of went through a moment of depression like a lot of people went through. Your life had to come to a complete halt and you had to shelter in place. And so I actually started singing this song. I had the Corona Blues. And the song, I got to, and I just made it off the song. I think the song was on Sesame Street. I got the blues. I got the blues. Yeah, I really got the blues. Well. So one of my publicists, she was like, why don't you stop singing and just do something else? Make a movie or something. I was like, how am I going to make a movie during a pandemic? But I ended up doing it. We made a virtual movie. Actually, a whole series, 2 seasons.
Wow.
Wow, amazing. Blessings. Well, this is during the pandemic, but before the world stopped, let me tell you guys the amazing things Miss Jeanette Greenwood has been doing, though. She, starting off, is known and on the brand of an international award-winning screenwriter. So she just gave us a sneak peek or tidbit about what she did when the world stopped. But you guys, she not only is a screenwriter, she has created what's called film plays. And this is where theater and film come together, and what she deems as called is filmetrical. Am I saying it right?
That's right. You got it, girl. Filmetrical. You said it right.
Yeah, so not even creating virtual movies, she's creating vocabulary, guys. Tell us about that. You must have a passion for like creating things, writing it, and bringing it to life. How did you find that gift?
Well, I was born with it, for one thing. I've been writing and very creative. If my dad was to come and sit next to me, he probably has some stories, and I'd be like, okay, Dad, I don't want to talk to you. But I honestly, our house, and I know a lot of, we're not talking about Bill Cosby himself, but I'm just, we watched the Cosby Show, so nobody don't come for me. But you know how that family was on the Cosby Show. Now, take away the niceness. We were in the hood. But I always would put on shows like that. And I would have my parents, I would put together a show with my siblings and the neighborhood. And I would have all the parents in the neighborhood, they would have to come and watch our shows. So we would have show night and we would bake. And I used to like to bake and cook and stuff. One time I actually messed up a cake and accidentally put green food coloring in. It was supposed to have been yellow, but somebody switched the top. So I just told the kids it was an incredible hug cake, and they believed it, and they ate it. So we would do things like that. So I've always been out. A big part of my community that I grew up in, and I always kept it live, kept it crunk, and we just had a great time. So I've always loved entertaining in every aspect, singing, dancing, writing, movies, poetry. That's just me. Everything. I just love it all.
I hear something in that story, though. So just so the audience knows, she not only writes other stories, but she tells and testifies her story and creates it and brings it into visual film for us to be able to apply it to life. So, but what I hear in this piece that you just gave us about your story is you had some very supportive parents and community too.
Oh, yes. My parents... even to this day, my mom and dad, they're both in there. My mom is 76, my dad 80. 80 Monday. He'll be 80 Monday. And they've always been super supportive of me. I ran them raggedy, and I promised them, and I know God is going to allow them to see the day that I really make some big money, because I got to pay. I know I can never pay them back, but I got to do something big for them, because they have... When I tell you, been in my corner 100%. The last production I did, I actually wrote it for Dr. Katrina. It was a project of a chain breaker, the rise of a chain breaker. And we did a sold out show. And I actually was the writer and director for her and her team. My grandmother, she passed in 2020 due to the coronavirus and all this stuff that went on. And she was 95 years old when she passed. She had never been to any of my plays. And I've been writing for like 30 years in, and started in the church. Then I went out, and she would never, because she was a recluse. She didn't like being around people. She didn't like people. And believe it or not, we was totally opposite. And she made it to that play. She was 93, and she made it out to that play. And she said she had the best time. But that, rest in peace, Big Mama, that was another one of my big supporters. She always supported me as well. So my parents and my grandma, they thought I was the bomb.com. And one more thing she would do. She would get on her phone with her friend. Yeah, my granddaughter, she's a movie star, and she writes plays. And I'm sitting up there and like, who is she talking about? It's not all like that, Big Mama. Quit telling them people that. But They were proud of me.
I love it. That for the village out there, your words are life and power. For Miss Greenwood to be able to put her passion out there confidently, to act and operate her purpose, it comes from the encouragement. I hear the life that was blessed over you. So that is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that tidbit with the village.
Yeah. And that's what we're all about, because I think a lot of people now are growing up without the village concept. They don't have support of the family. The family's all scattered or, dysfunctional or whatever. And we all have families that, things going on. But when you have a close-knit family that believes in your dream, I think that's where stars are born.
Yes.
It's because someone seen something and they decided to invest in that, the love, the support, their time. And people don't know it. When you have people support you in your endeavors, that means more than money.
Yes,
for people to come out and give of their time. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's so many people that they make it, but they forget where they came from, and they forget those that helped them. And it's like, we shouldn't do that. If somebody encourages you, we've got to get back to like other countries. Their elders are treated with so much respect.
Yes.
In our country, we kind of write them off real early and going about our way. So I love to hear you giving kudos to your family, because that's where it started.
Yes, it did. It started with Big Mama house and at home, me just creating all this stuff. And my sister them, they got, I don't know if I sent all this to them. I don't know who all. I see a lot of people on here. Hey y'all, but I got on their nerves. They're not gonna tell the same story Mama them did. Mama them was proud. That's my baby. They, oh my God, when she shut up, when she stopped singing.
That is such
what happens is in our adult life, we realize the appreciation for it, and now we can't wait to tell everybody. My sister can sing.
Yeah, now they like me, but then they wanted to go to sleep. I was too loud, and they want to go to sleep. They want me to just be quiet.
But you're doing it though, and because I come from a family of 13, so I know what it means when you have the support of your family. In the beginning, they may not be all on board, but as they begin to come on, it's something about having them to cheer you on and make you want to just do it just a little bit more. When you want to give up, you think, well, no, because they see it in me, right? And I can't let them down. So sometimes you can draw on that strength, and that's the blessing of having a village behind you. Because they're going to promote you, pump you up, and push you. And like you said, they see you as already have arrived. In their eyes, you are a star. So we need to just draw on that and realize that's what you are.
You just preached the word. I receive it. Hands up.
So I'm proud. I love to see that, and I think that now back in the day, a lot of things that used to be male dominated. Now women are coming on the forefront, and they are showing that they're just as skilled, just as powerful, just as creative. So anytime I see a woman in power and creativity, I think it's just such a blessing.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. This is so nice. Y'all are so nice. I'm loving it.
Well, Ms. Greenwood, you taught in your bio, it talks about the passion you have. And so it just, best way to sum it up, it says, whether it's 5 or 5,000, that passion is put behind it. And I love, you guys talk about coming from big families, but Ms. Greenwald, whether it's you can manage a big crowd, a crew, and a set. I've heard even a set of 30 on her own, independently directing. This queen is golden. But even if it is just one in the village, you still give that 100%. How are you able to keep
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question? It cut out. I think you kind of froze a little bit on my end.
Yes, my pleasure. I said the passion you give to everything, whether it's a 30 people cast, a 5-person audience, or a 5,000 audience, your passion is golden. How do you manage to keep your energy going with everything?
God. I'm just being honest. I consider myself a very spiritual person. And Jesus and God is the Holy Ghost. they're on me, in me. And to be able to deal with people, a lot of people, that's not an easy task. And to be able to deal with a lot of people. So I think a lot of people see me as being myself. I'm real. I'm like 100 real. I don't believe in talking about people behind their back. I love talking about people in their face. You know, I just love telling you the truth. You know, and to be honest, that was spanked in me. Come on, sis. My sister, I took over her room. Come on through. Y'all gonna see somebody walk by. But it was just birthed in me to be honest and to be truthful. You know, well, actually, it wasn't birthed; it was whooped in me.
Right.
You know, I used to be a little liar at 5, and Mama told me up. But she told me a story, and honestly, I would tell all the family business, and I would tell all the family business, and then I would lie when she asked you to do something. No, and I would just lie. I mean, I'm gonna stick to that lie. One day, my mom whooped me like she never whooped me before. And she sat me down after she got through, and she told me, she said, Jeanette, she said, let me tell you something. She said, you stop that lying. She said, because for every lie that you tell, you're going to have to tell another one and another one and another one. And pretty soon you're going to tell so many, you done forgot them. You ain't going to remember what you said, and then you're going to lose people's trust. She said, stop that lying. Stop it. I was 5 years old. So for everybody that's listening that wonder, you know, why Jeanette is so honest, Mama told me, and I still think she'll whoop me at 50 pounds. Right. So I don't play with that line. So if y'all wonder why I'm so honest, that's Mama's fault. Y'all go to her when I say something I shouldn't be saying, but that's just me. I think honesty is key to any relationship, wherever you are, but do it in love. Do it in love. And that's the key word. Is doing. Sometimes I get, I want to be a little love behind it, then the Holy Spirit come and get me. But for the most part, I feel that if I can tell you how I feel and nobody else got to come and tell you what I said, then I get that respect. And that's where I manage to deal with people, and I'm able to deal with a lot of people at one time because they know what you see in Jeanette is what you're going to get. And you ain't got to worry about no backbiting.
That's good. Because it's when you're doing plays, it's so much you have to do, and people don't understand. It's not like you just press play and everything goes correctly. At the last minute, might have to make a change, or if one of the actors don't do something, you got to make sure. And once you send them out there, you can't do anything. So if they forget something, all you can do is be like, "Come on, come back, somebody say something."
Keep it rolling.
Right. So to have a large, and that's one of the fears a lot of playwrights have, they don't like a large cast because there's so much you have to do. So, 5, 10, 11, 12, but 30, no.
And you know what? I had that big cast, and I can honestly say I've had several, not just one. Majority of the plays that I've done have all been big, and you're gonna always have a little something, but the little something wasn't enough for you to really even worry about it. I mean, the show was phenomenal. They always been phenomenal, and for the most part, that we were family. And I introduced, because the cast was so big, I introduced people to people that they didn't know, and right to this day, most of them are like besties right now because of them being in one of my projects, and everybody know each other. So there's a lot of connections being made with Miss Greenwood,
and that's good. See, people don't understand the power of network.
Yes,
and because even if you look at Tyler Perry, you look at the Browns and all of them, they all started out when nobody had anything. They started out and, they worked with Kirk and did that. And even Tamara Mann was thanking Kirk because he finally said, okay, you got to go. You're too powerful. You're too good. You got to do your own thing. But because of her being obedient, she networked with him. Now she's got him on her side. Then she ended up with Tyler. And now they got this group. And a lot of people you see who work with Tyler have been with him for some time.
Right.
So it's good to have, but see, people can see the power of what you do, and people have faith in you Because there's no way you can have a large group of people like that and have it work unless they all have a base foundation of trusting in what you are doing. So that speaks volumes about who you are and what you project when you're doing a project. So
what else speaks volume are the accreditation, y'all. She produces not only in her own right, but those in her flock. Now we talk about being in purpose, and I love how, Jeanette, your life and story shows how to do that. Like, in all your ways, acknowledge him. In her flock, she teaches and she mentors to the point where they are first-time award winners. She brings students out for notary and recognition and grand prizes. Like, you really not only are about telling the message, but also feeding and nurturing those in your crew. That is amazing. Do you get that from the nurturing village you came up in?
Yes, definitely. I was next to the oldest, and I had younger siblings, and I was born in the 60s and raised in the 70s. We graduated in the 80s. So back in those days, when mom and dad had to go to work, you the oldest one dealt with those kids. It wasn't no, I don't feel like, you better not. Yeah, you feel like it. You're gonna feel like it. So I had to nurture my younger siblings. Shout out to Kim, Gwen, Howard. And I had to nurture them. And so yeah, I think a lot of that came from our family. It was 5 of us, my oldest sister Tanzay, and my 2 brothers, Quinn and Lamont. So it was we had a lot of us. So I had to it showed me love. It showed me love and being around a lot of people. So I think a lot of that did come from that.
I just got to point out, y'all, I love when I get fed from our guests. Ms. Greenwood just said about the love she got from it. And what I love is that it shows us the way that love can be. It's so diverse, right? Mama loved you with, this is coming up out of you. This lion, I'm going to show you how to do it in a loving way. And then the love that you feed into others by edifying them. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you have anybody that doesn't stay connected with you? I'm sure the people that act for you, that's why those crews are growing. Nobody wants to not be there, huh?
I don't know. No, I mean, for the most part, people are always inviting me to stuff and want me to be around them. And sometimes it's just one of me. And they be like, I want you to come over there. So I think a lot of people love me. I see my brother Michael Green out there, and a lot of my cast members are out there. So I'm looking like, what? Jesse is my president of my ladies in film. I see Dr. Michaela Dawson. Hi, girl. So see, I guess they do love me. They all here talking to me. Hi, y'all.
And that's so good. I mean, I've done a few plays and I know what it takes to have a cast that follows you, but also you have to pick a cast that's good enough to stay with you.
There you go. Yes.
And they have to be willing to make the sacrifice, and they have to be willing to dedicate themselves to bring to life what you put in words. They have to bring it to life. And you have to pick the right people, because everybody don't see your vision. A lot of people like to be part of it, but they don't want to really contribute what it takes. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Pastor. I'm listening. Preaching. Y'all should have them hearts hitting. He should get about 10,000 hearts for what he just said. Come on.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but we know what we want to do, and we're gonna follow our vision. So I've ran into some things with the cast members. I remember one play, and we always have the curtain, worry about it, do the practice, and the day before we got to make sure and do the run through. And for some reason, they did not feel like they needed to be there. And I'm like, but we can't practice without you. So the last scene, I had to rewrite it that night. The whole cast had to relearn it and do everything different. If you can't come to the final practice, I can't allow you to get up there with the rest of them, because they've paid their dues. So when he came back the next day, he was like, okay, I'm ready. No, you're no longer part of the play.
Oh, you don't play.
Because it's not fair. It's not fair to me for you, everybody to put in and dedicate their time, and everybody make that sacrifice.
Yes.
And then for you to say, "Oh, I'm not going to do it," but then show up, I couldn't do it.
You can't play with love. Love is tough.
Right.
No, you know what? And the thing of it is, honestly, what you're saying is true, because they don't realize people paid their monies to sit in a seat and see a production. They don't care about what we got going on behind the scenes. They don't care about none of that. They want to see whatever this play or whatever, show that they come to see. And that's your name is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Your production is on the line. And that's what people got to respect and understand, that it's not about me and you right now, baby. This is business.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I've had to do some chop, bye-byes, and it's business. And guess what? I hug him and kiss him every time I see him. Okay. Because it ain't nothing against you. I love you as a person, but as business, no, we ain't gonna be able to do that no more, because business is business. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing personal.
Right.
I wanted to ask you, Ms. Greenwald, for those trying to come up into screenwriting or directing, I love the tidbits you both have shared. What would you say, either of you, how would you filter your crew? Like those that just ain't cutting it. I know Papa Zoe, he just said, Jeanette, we did it. We don't need you. And I know you give hugs and kisses, but for what advice would you give those? How do you filter so you keep the good, but still uplift? Like, how do you cut them and still uplift them?
Well, as I told y'all earlier, I'm very honest. Hey, baby, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because this is not working. You're not showing up. You got to go. I mean, this is nothing against you, but we need people that's going to be here. You just got to be honest and tell the people the truth. Why? Tell them why, because people, even though they may not want to hear it, but people, they know what they were doing and what they weren't doing.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest pet peeves is, and I normally, if I'm doing a production, I'm not one of those directors that I'm going to give you a script in 2 weeks, I'm putting on a show. I give my shows 6 months or more. I don't like being rushed, and I don't like rushing people. So at least 6 months from the casting, all of that included, from the casting call to the rehearsals and all that. And I give people time. So if I've given you a script and you had this script for 6 months and you don't know it by month 4, I'm recasting. I'm going to have to recast. I will give you time, but that's too long. It's time for you you should know your line. So I think you just got to be honest with people again, and and let them know it's nothing personal. This is business. And, like I said, people paying money to see y'all. I'm behind the scene directing. They want to see y'all in the show. So you just got to let them, remind them it's not about me. So don't, a lot of times people think because you're the director, you worried about the money, which some people may be. But for Jeanette Greenwood, that ain't it. I'm worried about the show. I'm worried about you. I want to see you on the map. I want to see you do well. I want people to walk out and say, man, that cast is off the chain. They ain't going to go out. They ain't going to say Jeanette writing was off the chain. They might, they're going to talk about the cast first. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
They're going to talk about the cast first. Because I've seen some bad writing. But the cast killed it. Bad writing at all.
Yes. And you have to have a cast that understands, and because what I always do, the very first time after I pick everybody and we've decided, okay, this is who we're gonna go with, I let them know that you have to understand, no matter how good you think you are, once you get on that stage, people would know. And going forward, people gonna say, well, now do I want to go to another play? So if you mess up my play, you've messed up my livelihood because we were trusting in you.
Exactly.
So a play is only good as the weakest person per se in the play. So if we all come with 100%, well, then we all can uplift one another. But if you have practice, you have show up, well, people see you messing up, they don't want to pick up the ball for you. Like, well, where were you at? Now you got another issue.
Right.
So, and I know one guy, we select him from time to time when we do plays, and I kid you not, when he come in from the first day, he know the whole script. As soon as he get there, he have it memorized, and I'm like, that's what and he have everybody else's too. He be like, no, you supposed to say it. I'm like, how do you do that?
Man, look, I have one guy, and I'm gonna shout his name out there. When he came and auditioned for my play, and when I booked him because he was dynamic. But when he came in and when we came to rehearsal, the first rehearsal, he knew his lines. Corey Espy, I'm shouting you out. Corey Espy, I'm like, who is this dude? From Tyler, Texas, Earl, somewhere down there. I'm like, what the heck? I have never witnessed somebody to do I've had people to know their lines, but to know them all, that blew me away. So that's good when you have people like that. Those are the ones that you want to keep in your crew.
Oh yes, because you don't find them often, and those are the ones that can help you because they can help the other cast members, and you just need people that's willing to get in and say, look, let's make this work, let's make this happen. So I love people like that, and then again, like I say, we all know the end goal, but we also know it's a road to get there.
Right.
So yes, definitely. But I love that you were saying that you want to do a good job more so than get paid, because your name is out there, and people gonna be honest about it. And it's nothing worse than you give them your all. And that's why I said, if somebody's not pulling their weight, it's not that I don't want you to be a part of it, but your dedications are not at the level where it needs to be. So you need to decide on where you want to go. Is this something that you want to do because you want to have the spotlight on you, or if it's something that you're passionate about? Because
exactly,
those who travel, if that's the case.
That's it. Exactly. I agree with that 100%. Because I have some, like I said, I've met so many amazing actors and actresses, and actually worldwide. And I can literally say that with C Blues, y'all, I did this virtual during the pandemic, and I put my casting call out in IMDb. And I'm honestly wasn't expecting to get the calls, the virtual auditions that I got. Let me tell you, one of the girls, 11-year-old, she played in one of the episodes, a couple of episodes. She was from London. I had a young lady from Egypt. I had people from New York, Florida, Mississippi, Houston. The list goes on from all over the world. And they did a phenomenal job recording themselves, sending in their work on time. So this is what we're talking about, dedication. It's about what you want to do. People can't expect you, Pastor, to put them on and make them this big global star that they want to be, but they don't want to do the work. Make that make sense. That don't make sense. You have to want to be able to do it. You have to want to be able to commit to whatever it is. And when I was able to go out and draw all these people from across the world, they showed me, and I have met several of them. I've never met them face to face, but guess what? You talked about that network. God is opening doors, and I guarantee you, they're going to be on the set with me. They're going to be on. Look, she them through C Blue. That's Michael. That's one of my students. Hey, Michael, they're going to be on the set with me. I'm claiming it. Yeah. They're going to be on the set with me. But see, the foundation was already set. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta quit thinking that people owe us something. Nobody owes you anything. But if they give you an opportunity, work that opportunity just as hard as the person that gave it to you is. And that's me. If I ever work for anybody ever have me doing something for them, if I commit to you, I'm going to commit to you like it's mine. I'm not going. I don't have to take over spirit now. I ain't gonna come trying to take over nobody's stuff. I know order. Okay, I know as a Christian you should know order. So I understand order. So, but I'm going to work whatever you tell me to do, whatever we agree to, I'm going to work that thing just as hard as you and make sure it happened for you, because that's what we're supposed to do. Don't have step in nobody's stuff.
Right.
Yo, Miss Greenwood is teaching. Do you mind if I recap a few things that I got?
Go ahead. I talk so much, girl. Tell me what I said.
So, like, you talk about, filtering and that commitment. So being honest with others, so that way they know the why they're not making the cut or why they need to step up more. So they have the opportunity, then allowing them the time to try to show and produce. What stuck out to me is the why. You said, tell them why. And then when you talk about selecting someone with passion and commitment, they have to have their own why in that. Like, why am I here? What is my drive? So Village, the value of understanding the why, receiving it of why you need to do better, and you putting it out there of why you are walking in that purpose and passion.
Right.
So thank you, Ms. Greenwood. Thank you. I got a few more questions, but I'm going to let you. Oh, but hold on. There was one thing you said. You talked about the 6 months, giving it time. I love it. I respect it. And I love the planning and the thoroughness I'm sure you put behind it. But I just got to let the village know, y'all. She has, at one point, done 164 play production within 7 days. So Miss Greenwood can do what to do.
She's a beast.
I be typing like Medea.
Right. and unless you wrote a play, you don't understand what it takes. People think that it's easy, but you have to write, you have to rewrite, then you have to make sure that everything flows. You have to make sure that what you said, somebody in one scene, if it ends, when they come back, you got to make sure they come back with the same energy. And it's a lot to it. And, it's about the dedication.
Let me give you a tip. My tip. And I tell a lot of people, because I have done some writing classes. This is where, for me, it's extremely easy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of us, and I went to school. I didn't go to school for filmmaking, but I got a couple of degrees, y'all. Your girl got a little something. But we were taught, even in school, how to outline, how to write this, and if you go to film school or if you go to writing, they're going to teach you that. So I'm going to tell y'all, I don't do none of that. I threw all that out the door. I don't do none of that. What I do, the first thing I do is I pray. And this is God, strike me down if I'm lying, but I pray. I pray first. This is it. I'm finna tell you something. All y'all are listening. I pray. After I pray, I say, God, give me what this one. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Some of my stuff, have some little words in there that ain't all holy. I just tell the truth. But I pray over it. And I just write. Mm-hmm. I don't organize anything. I don't try to figure out. I don't even have characters written down. They come to me as I write. Write, Pastor. Sit down and just start writing. Whatever come to you, and by the time you get through writing, you're going to go back and say, what? I have gone back and say, where the heck did this come from? It's like I had an out-of-body experience and don't even remember writing that stuff. And it was dynamic. And guess what? When I say that, I'm not talking about I'm dynamic. Y'all, let me tell you, me and the Holy Spirit got such a good relationship. I say, you are bad. Right. Because I don't remember writing this. And y'all might think she crazy. No, I'm telling y'all the truth. Y'all brought me up here to interview me. I don't have the time to remember because I'm so into the story that's within me that I just flow. And when I get through, then I edit and fix it and make it out. But until then, I just write. So just start writing. It's not that hard. What's in you needs to come out. We focus so much on outlining and making it neat and pretty. And I need my character list over here. I don't have characters. Names just start popping up as I go. And by the time I get through, that's why I had 30-some. but as I get through, it's a story, and it feels good because you really wrote it from your heart, and you really wrote it, so you weren't focusing on how right it was. You can always edit it, but now, man, this is good. This is good. So that's
always, and it's good, like you say, you just have to be free and to write. And I know the restrictions a lot of people have is that they're too concerned about not making it look like what other people want. And to me, you're putting yourself in a box
there you go.
because you're not allowing your full creativity to flow because you're
That's
just
it.
so concerned. But it, I always say when God give you a gift, He's gonna give you everything you need. You just got to learn how to open up to it.
Yes.
So that's
That's it.
yes, I can agree with that because sometimes you be writing stuff. Cause I remember I did a play and I was almost done, and a friend of mine was like, "I want to be in the play," and I was like, "Well, I'm already done with the casting. I'm almost done with the play." So I said, "Well, I just created a character so you can walk out on stage and say a couple of words. Nothing special." Honey, she blew it up. You hear me?
Go,
She took
girl.
She was so dynamic. I told her every time I do a play now, you're going to be part of it.
Wow. And
And
see, she took that opportunity and ran with it.
yes, people was like, "How did you write that?" I didn't write it. I didn't write it, but she was excellent. I mean, it was like, wow, you'd have thought that somebody had wrote that and practiced it. She's good like that. But I like people who are able to feel your project. And like you said, when people come in and say, "I want to make sure we do you right," that's what you're looking for. Not
Yes.
somebody who's trying to shine themselves. Because when I shine, you shine, we shine,
That's it.
everybody can see it. So it has to be a group effort.
Yes.
So
Yes.
definitely, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, Pastor, next time you have something, you better make sure you let me know. Now, let me know in advance now. Because if you let me know too quick, I'm going to end up on a spirit flight,
Okay. Right. Right. So yeah,
I got one book next week.
I got a lot of things that I want to do for next year. And so I'm definitely working on trying to make sure all that flows. But I'm just excited to have to meet people like you because I can listen to you and I can hear a connection that you don't. When I tell you about it offline, it's gonna blow your mind. You can like, no, you lying. But I'm gonna tell you something I've heard you say, and God was saying, I've been telling you about that, and I was like, nah, I don't know how it's gonna work. But I could never get the right people to to work with me to where I was able to get it done. But I'm hearing things that you're speaking of. You've got a lot of wisdom. You probably should be writing a book to explain and show people how to do what you've done.
I think I am going to write one. And, because I call myself Contretto. Country and ghetto Contretto.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna write one the hood way, where people really gonna understand.
And that's what they need.
I think I'm gonna do. Yeah, we don't need all that big Hollywood verbiage.
No.
Break it down. And what are you talking about? I think I will. Okay, Pastor, you didn't put something in my spirit. The Holy Spirit says, okay.
Yeah.
I have a few more questions. It's in the room.
No, go ahead.
So I saw that you do practice a 3-step technique. Were the steps that you gave us your 3-step technique? Pray, pour it out, write, and then go back and edit and organize.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. And then my other question, because I'm assuming from strong queens that I get to come in contact with, they tend to get to a place in life where they really know themselves. And they know that I have the ability to produce within 7 days a whole screenwriting production. But what sits good in my spirit and what's good for my health is a 6-month production. So this is my standard. This is my non-negotiable. This is what I need. What do you do, or how did you get to that place of self-care and awareness for yourself?
Man, that's a good question. Oh my God. I just got here. I mean,
you started with, oh my God. So I understand.
I just got here because I am a person that cares for everybody before me. Mm-hmm. Everybody before me. And I have had pastors, friends, family members, husband, especially husband, I'm saying his name, husband, hi babe, who say, you need to chill out. You need to because he see me coming home and tired, and I'm up to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning and working and taking care of the kids. We got custody of 4 of our beautiful grandchildren, so I'm a grandmommy, and so he sees that, and he would say, "Baby, you need to start taking care of yourself." So I would work nonstop, literally 7 days, because I would work. Then my business, I will be working nuts. And when you get your own business, you thinking you better off in corporate, working for yourself. It's 24/7. So it took really during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic, I was so upset about the pandemic. Of course, everybody was, but then I appreciated the pandemic because God set the world down.
Mm-hmm.
He set us all down. And after you start seeing people, you losing people, friends, people dying from COVID. And I began to see the things that were really, really, really important. And one of those things were me. It was me. And so I can honestly say recently, I can't even go back and say, "Oh, girl, I've been honey." No, I wasn't. No. It's recently within the last couple of years. And like I say, and I'm at such a peace. I'm at such a peace with that now. I don't do Saturdays and Sundays. People would invite me to something. I may come, but that's me and my husband time. That's me and my family time. Like right now, they in there, they outside. That's me and my family time. I gotta spend that time. So we gotta practice self-care. I'm not a big person on going to the hair salon and the nail shop. And if I gotta go somewhere, I'll get my granddaughter to come press on some. So I'm not. That's to each his own. Some people consider that's their self-care. But for me, it's just having a peace of mind, chilling with my family, going to church. I love church, and that's my self-care. That's my self-care.
But and I was listening because I think we sometimes get caught up in what we're trying to do, and because we're pushing, we got to get this done, we got to get that done. But I was listening to what you were saying, and in the midst of all you're doing, in the midst of all the creativity, the working, and all that, you said you have custody of your 4 grandkids. And you said it like, that's just something to do. No, that's major. That is major.
It is better now, but we got them. We've been having them for 15 years. And the oldest one is 17, and we got a set of twins that are 15, and we have a 13. So I'm breathing now because I'm not packing diapers, baby bags, strollers, fixing formula. I'm not doing all that no more. Now, guess what? They bring granny plates. They make granny breakfast. Huh? Hello, Jesus. Yes. That's what I do. I do have custody of 4 beautiful grandchildren. Yes.
And I can just tell by the way it's a natural thing. It's not forced. It's not something that you're angry about or whatever. You're like, hey, yeah, this is what I do. So I think that's the blessing of who you are. You look at the assignment, you accept the assignment, and you go on. And I think that makes it easier because you don't always come back. I mean, we see that, and we don't see that often. And I think that's what's missing in our culture is we have stepped away from the village.
You are shining, queen. We see.
Yes, we appreciate that. And even what you're saying, now, see, because we listen to what you said. You said, I love my family time. I don't do much on the weekends. That's with me and my family. But yet, during your father's 80th birthday, on your weekend, you stepped aside to share with us. That shows the heart that you have. So we appreciate that. That's what strengthens the village. I'm not one of them men that think that the village has to be strengthened based upon a person's physical makeup. No, we need strong queens in the village as well. So we appreciate you, and that's why we wanted to have you on here so we can let the people see that you're a mover and a shaker.
Thank you so much. I'm glad I have much makeup on. Y'all messing me up over here.
Wow. Yes, that's good stuff, though. That's what we need, though. I mean, it's a lot out there, and I feel like there's so much more that you're going to do that's there for you to do. You've already did the groundwork. The seeds have already been planted. So I think now the harvest is getting ready to come forth because you've done the work. You cannot plant good seed like that. You cannot work a garden that many years and God not look down and say, now let me shine upon it and a harvest come. It's not possible. The Bible says that when you do good and you do not become weary in well doing, you shall reap in due season. And I feel like this is your due season.
Thank you.
So we are blessed to have you as part of our village. We are so blessed. And you're with it.
I'm excited to be a fly on the wall to hear what Papa Zoe sees in the spirit for you. I'm gonna just share what all that you've done. I can't imagine your next step being anything smaller than creating a legacy, like a platform for people to grow in. You know, not like you are the teacher, but like you're about to teach the teachers, like a whole, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, Miss Greenwood, I gotta stay connected. Make sure
right.
Y'all are connected now.
Yeah.
We connected.
Yes. And that's what we want to do. We like to strengthen the village because I think, and I've studied people who have made it. I've studied people who have been successful. And again, when I look at our culture, we're the last one to understand the village concept when we started it.
That's right.
We are the original village came from and through us. And we've seen and missed it. But them other cultures, they will all live in one house till everybody own a house.
That's right.
They'll all work in one business till everybody own a business.
That's right.
So we can do that too. If we combine our forces and our power, there is no limit.
That's right.
And it's people like you that show your creativity, you show your rawness that, this is who I am. That's what we need. And from the look of the emotions, that shows that it's real. You're not trying to be hyped up. You're not trying to say, look at me. You're just saying, this is who I am. This is what I do. And that's what takes and makes a great person in life. So we're just blessed that you took time out to share with us and to just impart the wisdom that you have. So let me do this. Sometimes we get so excited we forget, but we want to know, how can people contact you, follow you? What's your information?
They can follow me. I got so many platforms. Lord have mercy. My nonprofit, which is Ladies in Film and Television. You can follow us on that page. I prefer. You definitely follow us over there at Ladies in Film and Television, and that is our nonprofit for not just ladies. We have men, children, radio shows, kids. I mean, everything out there. And you can follow us and that's on every platform. That's on my social media. YouTube. No, YouTube, I'm sorry, is Live TV. And but on Instagram and Facebook is Ladies in Film and Television. And also you can follow me for my acting, and I'm a talent manager, is JG Studios Company. And that's on YouTube. That's on YouTube, IG, and Facebook and Twitter. And I think I'm on TikTok as the filmmaker, but I just be acting crazy on TikTok, y'all. but filmmaker Jeanette Greenwood on TikTok.
Wow, just to be able to remember that. People ask me, I'm like, follow me on Facebook, it's just so much, but that's good because I think it's so many different avenues that some people subscribe to and others don't. So you're putting yourself out in many areas. That way, a variety of people can be able to grasp the concept of what you're doing. And I love your dedication because I've never realized how difficult it was to get people to try to promote themselves. Some people, they just like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to do that, or what do I say? And it's like, we're just having a formal conversation. You'll be surprised how many people they just we have pages we've created and they make one post every 6 months. No, that's not networking. You know, because if you're not passionate about you, how can I be passionate about you?
Exactly. Just share it.
Speaking of
Yes.
sharing, I have to let the village know. And unfortunately, I don't think we really shared all of Miss Greenwood's gifts. I think there's still some tucked away and hidden. But, but you know, I do want to give some more time to your current, most recent production, the virtual. Is it virtual film?
Which one?
The Sea. Am I saying it right?
Sea Blues.
Sea Blues. Yes, the cyber series is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
How does that even come to work?
How did we do it?
Yeah.
Everyone shot we practiced on Zoom, and everyone shot their own film. I showed them how to shoot it. They had to go buy green screens for some scenes. They had to get lights, and some of them already had that, and they used their cell phones for the most part. And I told them how to hold the phone. Don't use, we need it horizontal and to shoot, so all of it looks the same, and make sure your lighting was good. So they shot their own scenes, and they sent them to my boy Freddie Watkins, the best editor in Fort Worth. And we sent it to him. He put it all together and put all the series together, and boom, we had a series going.
Wow.
You know,
everybody's asking for season 3, but see, I told y'all season 3 is gonna be in face-to-face.
Right.
Speak it.
Speak it.
Yeah.
Write the vision, make it plain.
There you
Speak
go.
life to your vision.
Season 3 gonna be face-to-face. We're gonna do that thing face-to-face.
I love it. Look, not only did you use, I know God put a message in my heart when COVID hit. You have all that you need, and the show must go on. And I feel like that is it. You must have heard it and did it, because you took what you had and made sure the show continued. And I love, even in that, you shared with us how you taught people. Like, they now have been able to film themselves and direct themselves to feel elevated and confident when they might have just put themselves out there and you gave them that chance. You are so amazing what you do. The dynamic of how you reach people and just you're obedient. Good job.
Y'all are just amazing. I love this interview. Thank y'all. Y'all done built me up today. I feel refreshed.
I got invited to the party. I'm ready.
Yeah, definitely. And we're gonna keep following up with you because there's so many great things that's coming your way. So we want to continue to let people know and see, because I know there's great things on the horizon, and I'm just thankful that we were able to just get a little bit of your time to speak with us, to share with us. We don't take it lightly, because we definitely appreciate anyone that grace our stage. So we're excited. We're excited for you and with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you both. This is a beautiful platform. I am just honored to be here. I am truly honored to be here and to be with like-minded people. I love that. And when your spirit start connecting, God is all in it. So I'm excited. I want to thank everybody that logged in and stayed in for however long you did. Thank y'all so much for talking. I was trying to listen and look. I'm real nosy, and I was trying to look, but I just want to just thank everybody that got on here and spent the time with me. I see Yolanda. That's Yolanda Gradison. That's one of my students. She's in my classes. One that was real shy, y'all. Oh my God. And baby, she's a beast now. So when y'all get ready to book, y'all remember Yolanda.
Yes.
Do you also do interview prep for your actors?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I love it, because you
are. Yes, I do. Audition techniques, all of that. Yes, Brandon, you are your business. That's what I teach. You are your business. So you're an actor, you're a writer, you're a director. You are your business. So you got to know how to represent your business. So yes, ma'am, I get on them.
I see a lot of your flock calls you Coach J.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm a Queen J. So Queen J, I'm loving you for today. I know Papa Zoe has some words for you, Pastor Lorenzo. But I wanted, if it's okay, can we leave out with Miss Queen J and her sharing with the village some encouraging words?
Oh, yes, definitely, because So you have so much to give, and we're thankful. And like I said, we love sharing our platform with people who have the ability to present themselves with honor
Yeah.
and dignity and humbleness. Because by you being as humble as you are, that's going to open up way more doors than those who, you know, kind of think they're a little more than they are. So when you're I mean, because but it's the truth. So the humbleness is really the key to a lot of doors being open, because when you're humble, that means you're open to receive. So we're thankful for that. We're gonna close the show out today differently than normal. We're gonna let you close it out by giving your words of wisdom. And if there's anyone that's wondering, can they do this or should they do this? Give them a conversation that you will give them in a couple of minutes as to the why that they can do what they think they can do.
Actually, you got her posted up here right now, Michaela Terrell. Terrell. I always call her Terrell. That's gonna be her stage name, Terrell. She came into my class, and she's a woman of status. I don't call us old. And she took care of her mom. She was a caregiver. And Michael, I hope you don't get mad at me, but her mom got really sick and passed away. But before her mom passed away, her mom told her, she said, "You've done everything you could to help me. Now it's time for you to do something for yourself." And she joined my classes. So a lot of time we think that we're too old, or we're not able to do this because maybe I should have started this when I was younger, or I might should write later. I got people that have started my classes that came in to act, but now they're writers. Now they're producers. Now they're videographers. So whatever it is out here, don't be afraid. Step out in faith. And even when people tell you you shouldn't and you can't, my thing and what I say is you show them better than you can tell them. Don't argue with them. Love on them, but show them at the same time. I'm going to give you that eye, but I'm going to show you what you said I couldn't do. And just walk in your purpose. Walk in it. Wow. Thank you so much.
We thank you. It's been an honor. And like I said, there's so much that I've taken from this that I needed to hear. It's helped me to do some of the projects that I want to do. I now know what to do. So
good.
It's been a blessing. This is, like you say, when the spirits connect, that's when the explosion of power comes. So I'm looking forward to continue to communicate with you. I'm looking forward to the day that we're going to work together on stage and have our production. Yes, I see that now, and I see
that too.
Yes. So I appreciate that. So again, we appreciate you. We thank you. We thank everyone that watched, and everyone that's participated in the comments. Again, it takes a village podcast. It's here to enlighten, to uplift, and to just let everybody know that we're all special. We're all special, and we all have something to give to the village. There is no small thing. Anybody can contribute to the village. If you have a pulse, you can contribute to the village.
That's right.
So we thank you. We thank everybody that watched. We hope y'all have a good day. We're getting ready to leave now until next time. But remember, this is Takes a Village podcast. We're here to uplift one another, hold one another, and make sure that we can do the best, be the best version of ourselves. So have a good weekend. Thank you again for a wonderful, excellent interview. And we will speak to you again soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.